make a lot of calls, and most of them turn out pretty good. But every once in a while, you get one that's not so good, and you think about it for a long, long time, and you pass over. And one of them that's kind of a great ending was I was stationed down at Umpqua, out of Reedsport, Winchester Bay, and we got a call that there's a little girl lost on the beach. So we got a crew together. We went down, the sheriff department were notified, and they came down. And the family had been on the beach there playing, and they had a little boy and a little girl. And the boy was fine, but the little girl, I think she was somewhere around 5, 6 years old at the time. And she came up missing. And they said, well, we've been watching her and that, and the kids been playing, and they were over here and over there, and you know how it is with kids, they move here, they move there, and you think you're watching them every minute, but all of a sudden it's 5 minutes, you don't see them. Anyway, the little girl ended up being missing, and we're searching the beach and all over the place for her. And one of our fellows there, he was a big boy, and he put on a wetsuit, and he went out in the water and was looking out there to see if he could see anything in the water and that. And somebody said, there she is, there she is. And they'd seen some splashing out in the water, and he went out in the water there out to his waist and swam out a little bit, and it was a seal playing in the water, just kind of up and down. And we could see the seal there, and we called him back, and we searched the beach for a good hour or so, and all up and down. And the sheriff's department said, well, we're going to continue this search with vehicles up and down the beach and everything, and everybody felt really sad. We took the family up to the station, which was on the hill just above the beach there, and everybody felt really bad. I mean, here's a little girl, 5, 6-year-old girl, and she's gone. You figured she drowned it out there, and once they drowned, we found out with, especially little kids, they don't splash on top of the water like this, like you think you see them in the movies. They hit and they go under and they go right to the bottom. They sit right on the bottom and just lose their air and just sit right there. And it usually takes 2 weeks for an average person in salt water before they make enough gas so they would float them on up again. So we figured the little girl was gone, and we're all at the station, and we're sitting there all talking together, and all of a sudden the door opened up, and one of the sheriff's officers came in, and he had this little girl with him, and the little girl was alive and well, and she come running and said, Mommy, 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 why did you leave me? And everybody kind of had tears in their eyes, and they're looking around, what happened, what happened? Well, what happened was the little girl, she was playing with her brother and that, and they got separated, and there was a log over here, and she got the little wind would blow, and she got cold, so she crawled underneath the log. It was kind of nice and warm in the sand, and she kind of pushed some sand up on her, and she went right to sleep, and she was under the log and had the sand up, and nobody thought of going underneath the log and scooping out some sand, and just her head was out in the open underneath the log, and nobody could see her. And finally she woke up and came up and stood up, and there was one of the sheriff's officers there and grabbed her and said, oh my God. So it was really a great ending there, and everybody felt so relieved. It was really nice.